Let's now look at Pakistan's generals, the men in uniform, the so-called guardians of their nation. Tonight, let's expose their hypocrisy. Pakistan's army has been caught red-handed. Their generals were seen at funerals of terrorists, and not just any terrorists, but the ones killed by India in Operation Sindoor. I repeat that, terrorists killed by India's precision strikes were being mourned by Pakistan's top brass. This is not a scandal, this is a confession. Pakistan's army is not just complicit, it is the sole perpetrator of terrorism. And I'll tell you more about this. India launched Operation Sindoor on the 7th of May. The 25-minute blitz obliterated terror sites inside Pakistan. Lashkar-E-Taiba and Jaish-E-Mohammad camps were wiped out. It was a measured and restrained strike. What followed has exposed the Pakistani army. They did not deny the strikes. They said civilians were targeted. They denied that any militant camps were struck. What does that mean? That we have terror camps, but they weren't struck. So Pakistan accepts that it harbors terrorists, only they weren't killed by India. And then the military showed up, that too in full regalia. Where? At the funeral of terrorists. This happened in Lahore, it happened in Muridke and in Muzaffarabad. In Muridke, India hit the headquarters of the Lashkar-E-Taiba. As we've been telling you, several terrorists were killed here. They were given a funeral yesterday. The procession was led by a man called Hafiz Abdul Rauf. He is a Lashkar-E-Taiba commander. He is a designated terrorist and a close aide to global terrorist Hafiz Saeed. So Hafiz Abdul Rauf led the funerals in Muridke. And look who stood shoulder to shoulder with this terrorist. Pakistan's army generals, senior ISI officers, even the Inspector General of Police. Have a look. Now just look at the coffins. They've been draped in Pakistan's national flag. A coffin is wrapped in the national flag only during state funerals. A state funeral is a ceremony that honors people of national significance. In most countries, these are given to leaders or soldiers who sacrifice themselves on the line of duty. In Pakistan, state funerals are given to terrorists, with the Pakistani army in full attendance. This was no condolence visit. This was a brazen display of state-sponsored terror. And it makes two things quite clear. One, these were not non-state actors, as they always claim. And two, the army is not just protecting them, the army is partnering with them. For the Pakistan army, terrorists are equal to leaders and soldiers, and this time they have given the proof themselves. This only makes India's case stronger, that Pakistan is a terror-sponsoring state. Today, New Delhi called them out. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri shared the evidence. Listen to this.
The funerals for the terrorists that are held yesterday, I think a lot of you have seen the reports and the coverage on media. If only civilians, if any civilians were killed in these attacks, I wonder what message this picture actually sends to all of you. Giving terrorist state funerals may be a practice in Pakistan. Doesn't seem to make much sense to us.
For years, Pakistan has played a double game. It cries victim, then begs the world for sympathy and aid, while their army trains, funds and arms terror groups. The two are hand in glove. And the world's response? As always, silence. Somehow the West conveniently turns a blind eye when Pakistan is exposed. So let me ask the question that the West refuses to ask. Why were Pakistani generals attending funerals of terrorists? Why were coffins of terrorists draped in Pakistan's flag? Because the terror ecosystem in Pakistan is embedded too deep. It is not a tool of their policy against India. It is their only policy. So the next time Pakistan claims innocence, show them these funeral photos and ask them this question: why are Pakistani army generals crying over the coffins of terrorists? India struck Pakistan. These were precision airstrikes targeting 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Operation Sindoor is India's military response to the Pahalgam terror attack. The operation was focused, measured and non-escalatory.
Terror knows no boundaries. You start justifying terrorism, contextualizing terrorism, you refrain from taking action against terrorism, you will be hit by terrorism.